What's good, people? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it is your first time here, you are most definitely welcome. I am super excited that you are here. I am Oluwasumisiwaju Dada. If it is your first time here, thank you so much for locating this channel. I am super excited that you are here, and I hope you have a swell time. To my amazing returning subscribers, thank you so much for always supporting, for always coming back to watch my videos on this channel. I love you a lot, and I do appreciate you. This is my second real-time video ever since I got back on the channel. This is the second time I'm actually shooting a video. All of my videos that I've been uploading, they've been pre-recorded. So after this video, I'm gonna get back to my pre-recorded videos. So just so you know, I'm gonna get back to my pre-recorded videos. Without wasting any more time, we are gonna get right into the video for today. For the longest time, I started having tonsillitis since 2019. It's 2022 right now, and it's been 3 years that I think I started having the tonsillitis towards the end of 2019 or mid 2019. I started having tonsillitis, and whenever it comes, it's always bad. I have both my tonsils swollen, almost colliding with each other. I have white what's it called again? Wow, I've forgotten because I took my tonsils out already. But I have white stuff come out of my tonsils. It's always so smelly, and it's always really painful. You know, it's always like a really bad sore throat whenever I have it. So I have to be on medications, you know, I have to go see the specialist whenever it comes. It was really painful. So I managed it 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. It like became really worse. Like, it was really bad that whenever it happens in my school, I have to come home to see the specialist, you know, all the way from my school. I have to come back home to see the specialist. And we were told that the lasting solution for the tonsillitis was to actually get both my tonsils out, to get a tonsillectomy done. So today I'm going to be telling you like my experience, how like it went for me, things I experienced, what you might not be told when you get your tonsillectomy done. Because let me just put it out there first, tonsillectomy is not a joke, right? You experience a lot of pain. All right, I'm gonna go right into how my surgery went. So I did my surgery on the 19th September, and it is 10th October today. So it is exactly 3 weeks today that I got my tonsillectomy done, and I really have progressed in my healing. Like, my healing process, God has just helped me heal way faster, right? Because when I recently got my surgery, I never knew that I could really like be like this, right? I thought I wasn't gonna get better. I thought it was gonna get worse, and I wouldn't be able to like speak properly again. But I mean, I'm right here doing a YouTube video, right? So I'm getting a lot better already. The morning of my surgery, I was asked to like get to the hospital at 9 a.m. because the surgery was to be for 11. So I got to the hospital with my mom. I went with my mom. We got there by 9 a.m. and, you know, when I got there, I was asked to like not eat anything. I mean, that's how it is, right? For surgeries, you don't get to eat. I don't know, but yeah, you don't get to eat anything. So I was told not to eat anything. So I didn't have anything that day. And when I got to the hospital, I, you know, went there. They got me checked in. And when I got checked in, after about 20 minutes, I was taken upstairs to the ward. After being in the ward, my mom and I, we packed my things, you know, I put in the ward, arranged my things in the, you know, room and stuff. So like after 30 minutes, the nurses came in to set the intravenous line, which, you know, I will have fluid pass through it and stuff. So I got my intravenous line set, and I was there. I already had fluid like going through my body. So prior to surgery. So afterwards, about 10:30-ish, the nurses came back to the ward where my mom and I were, and I got prepped for the surgery. I got prepped. When the nurses came, the surgeon came as well. I was really graced to have the best surgeon. Like, my surgeon was really good. He didn't hide anything from me. You know, part of the things I'm going to be listing for y'all, like part of the 7 things I'm going to be listing, I already knew a few of them prior to my surgery, because my surgeon just told me everything that I'm going to be expecting. So like nothing is new to me, but he told me a few things, but I got to discover more by myself. So he came, he prepped my mind for the surgery. He told me not to bother, that it wasn't a big deal. You know the way surgeons are, they make it seem like, oh, we shouldn't be scared, just be calm, everything is gonna be all right. And that was the same exact thing that my surgeon did. So he just came and told me that everything is gonna be okay. I might feel a lot like a lot of pain after my surgery, and you know, it just prepped my mind, and we proceeded into the theater. I walked into the theater myself. I wasn't wheeled or anything. I walked into the theater myself, and I went into the theater like I went into the theater a couple of minutes before 12 p.m. and according to my mom, she said I was wheeled out at 1:30 p.m. like, because she was there waiting for me to get out. So she told me that I got out of the theater at 1:30-ish. So, you know, going into the theater myself, I was actually really scared going into the theater. It was my first surgery, and it was the general anesthesia type of surgery. So I was really nervous. I was scared. You know, walking into the theater, I saw all the equipment that they were going to use, and I'm like, wow, all of this will be used on me. But I noticed something when I saw the equipment. I noticed that the nurse in the theater at the moment, she just used this clinical cloth to cover everything. Like when I looked at the equipment, she saw the fright on my face, and she just covered it. Like she didn't want me to see no more. So, you know, I had, you know, before I got into it, I had the hospital clothes and this head cover on. And yeah, the last thing I remember, they told me to be on the bed, and I just slept back, and the anesthesiologist just was asking me a lot of questions. We had a full conversation. We had an old conversation. He kept talking to me, asked me questions. You know, I was relating well with these people because they definitely wanted to keep me awake, right? Not awake, but just wanted to be sure that everything was okay. So we were speaking. He asked me questions. I asked him questions as well, you know. And the last thing I remember was me speaking in tongues. Then I went unconscious because I was really scared, you guys. I prayed and prayed and prayed. It was my first surgery, so the only thing I remember was after the questions that I answered, I felt like I was disappearing. That's the best word that I can use right now to describe how I felt. I felt like I was disappearing from the inside, and I started to speak in tongues when I felt like I was disappearing. And the thing I remember was being on the hospital bed, shouting pain, 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 mommy pain, mommy pain, mommy go call them, mommy go call them, pain, 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 pain. So I got out of the theater 1:30-ish, and I woke up, I remember waking up about maybe 3 hours after, but I woke up already when I was wheeled back into the ward, because my mom said I was just calling the name of my family members. I was calling my sisters, calling my brother, both my parents and stuff. So I was just calling names, right? I was just calling random names, and not random names, my family members actually. I was just calling their names, and I would fall back unconscious. Then I think I slept, and I woke up, and I was just shouting pain, pain, pain. I was telling my mom to go call the nurses. I think I was giving painkillers definitely, but it wore off already. So I was in so much pain. I couldn't speak. The best I could speak was pain, pain, only pain, pain. That was how I was actually speaking, because opening my mouth was a problem. I felt really, really, really sore all over my head region. It felt I don't know how to describe it right now that I feel a lot better, but if I were to describe it then, I don't know, but I felt so much pain there. So that was how my surgery went. All of those being said, I already spoke on how my surgery was getting to the hospital, getting into the theater, getting out of the theater, and yeah, so I'm gonna jump right into 7 things that you should expect when you get your tonsillectomy done, or 7 things that you might not be told before getting your tonsillectomy done. All of this I'm going to be saying with my personal experience. So as I say the things you're to expect, I'm also going to say how I handled that and how I was able to get through with it. The very first thing on the list is you're almost going to be on an ice cream diet. Yes, you would always have to take ice cream. You're going to be required to take ice cream a lot because I mean, for tonsillectomy, when you are done with your tonsillectomy, you have to take frozen stuff like popsicles, ice cream, ice cubes. You have to take those, have to be your best friend, because it is said to cool the nerves. It is said to cool the surgery site, so the pain is reduced. But in my case, I didn't feel any reduction in pain because the pain was just a whole lot, right? So, I mean, it was like soothing, right? But the pain didn't disappear. The pain did not disappear. So you're gonna take ice cream a whole lot. Like right now, I am tired of taking ice cream. I mean, ice cream is what we crave, is what we love a lot. But right now, I don't even want to smell ice cream because I've taken a whole lot of ice cream in the past 3 weeks. Like, I don't even want to take ice cream no more. That's how much I took ice cream. And I took ice cream more because, I mean, I wasn't graduating to taking like heavier foods as like I healed, because I was always scared of eating right. So I just took more of ice cream. And yes, you are gonna be required to take tons and tons of ice cream. The second thing here is you are gonna have white scabs build up. Like, white scabs are like whitish, it's kind of like a covering. The white scabs would cover the surgery site. Like when you open your mouth after surgery, I feel like the white scabs actually, they build up a couple of hours after surgery, because I mean, maybe because of the pain that I felt on Monday, because it was on a Monday that I got my surgery done. I didn't get to check, like I didn't open my mouth because I couldn't open my mouth. So I checked my mouth the next day, the afternoon of Tuesday. So by Tuesday, I already had the white scabs built up. Like it was already there. It was a whole lot. It was really thick. So when you get your tonsillectomy done, you are gonna have white scabs build up. Like it is so, when I saw that, I felt like, oh, okay, what is this? Like it looks really irritating. I'm not even gonna lie, because you feel worse. Like you feel, how would I explain this? You feel like, oh, what is going on there? Was there a mistake? Honestly, that was what I felt. I feel like, oh, there was a mistake, but I didn't really feel like that, because prior to my surgery, I watched the videos, I asked questions, I read up on Google. So like everything that I experienced was kind of like expected. So when I saw it, it was irritating to me, but I mean, it didn't irritate me no more because it was still going to be there regardless. So you are going to have white scabs build up, and you're not required to peel off the white scabs. The white scabs would fall off as you heal. So yes, the second thing is you are going to have white scabs. The third thing here that I'm going to be talking about is your painkillers are definitely going to wear off. That's how much the pain is. You almost feel like they're actually not giving you anything. That was the same way I felt. Like I would call the nurses to give me painkillers this hour, and the next hour, that hour I get the painkiller. I'm able to, because I couldn't sleep because the pain was a lot. I could not sleep. I barely slept. So I would always ask for painkillers. When they give me the painkillers and I ask them to give me something to sleep, when I sleep, I wake up and it's just like, you didn't give me nothing. Like I have to call the nurses again, but they wouldn't give me whenever I ask for it, because they would always tell me, oh, there's a particular dosage that you're supposed to use, so we can give you above it. And I just cry. Like crying was kind of like the order of the day for me, but crying as well was painful. It was painful to cry. Ooh, it was actually painful to cry. So your painkillers are definitely gonna wear off, and you are gonna have to like just live with pain for a couple hours before you get your next dosage of painkillers. So definitely your painkillers would wear out at intervals. And I mean, if your nurses, if you can liaise with your nurses and you just cheat and they give you like painkillers when you're not supposed to have it, good for you. But your painkillers would definitely wear out. The fourth thing that I'm going to be talking about is weight loss. You will lose weight. You're going to lose a lot of weight. I'm not even going to lie, because all you are feeding on is fluid. You can have solids, yeah, like you can have heavy foods. The only thing you're going to be taking is maybe milk, ice cream, popsicles, ice cubes. What else did I take at the hospital again? Yeah, those are the things I was feeding on then. The fluid that they pass into your body at the hospital, like those are the things you're going to feed on. You would lose weight definitely, because you're not eating well, you're not eating proper food, you're just taking fluids. So definitely you are gonna lose weight. I lost a lot of weight and I'm still recovering. I'm still trying to get my weight back, but you definitely are gonna lose weight. The fifth on my list is your healing process is gonna be like a roller coaster ride. Prior to my surgery, when my surgeon came, my surgeon already prepped my mind that there are days I will feel like I'm getting better, and the next day is just like I'm going backwards in my healing process. But that is how the healing process of a tonsillectomy gets to be, because it is not, you don't have a consistent healing process. Today you feel like, oh, you are better, like you can do better with swallowing, and tomorrow it's like your throat is all blocked up and you can't even take water down. So the healing process is going to be like a graph, right? It goes up today, it goes down tomorrow. I mean, you know the way the roller coaster works. You are here tomorrow, you're here today, you're back here tomorrow. So that's definitely how the healing process of a tonsillectomy is. You get better today, you feel worse tomorrow. Well, that is how it is. So your healing process is going to be like a roller coaster ride. The sixth thing I'm going to be talking about is you are not going to be able to speak well. For some people, they're able to speak well about 2 days after like surgery or 5 days. But in my case, I could speak. I didn't go all out not speaking, right? I could speak, but it was just like a baby talking, right? I couldn't open my mouth because you feel like your tongue has been tied, really. You know, I remember at some point I would cry and ask my mom that, Mommy, did these people like do something bad? Like I was always asking my mom, what did they do to me? What did they do? Because I'm a talker. Like I'm not a chatterbox, right? But I love to speak. Like I don't like it when I'm not able to speak, because it was just so restricting for me, like going from a person that, you know, loves to talk and just, you know, talks a lot, right, to not being able to talk. It was really sad for me, and I would just cry whenever I'm trying to communicate with my mom, and she's not understanding because she can't hear me properly. So sometimes I just point, or I didn't write things down. It wasn't that bad, right? I didn't get to the point of writing stuff down, but I would point, or I would just, you know, try to speak, but I wasn't stressing myself. If I'm not able to speak, I just sleep, honestly, or I just watch a video actually. So you are not going to be able to speak well when you get your tonsillectomy done. I mean, it definitely would get better, but for the first week, your speech is going to be like baby speech, all right? So you might not be able to talk well. So the seventh thing I'm going to be speaking about, it's not really a point. It's not what to expect or what you're not going to be told. It's just kind of like an advice. Pay attention to your body a lot. So I'm a type of person that I pay attention to my body. Like I just notice every slight change, and I just notice every abnormality, right? So when I got my surgery done on Tuesday, I noticed that the left part of my throat was hurting a lot more than the right part. So, you know, when they came for like the doctor around, so like the doctors go around every morning, and my surgeon would always come check me every morning, and like sometimes before he leaves, you know. So when he came that morning, I told him about it. I said the left part of my throat, it hurts. Like the pain was times 5 of like the one I was feeling right here. So I told him about it, and he'd be like, oh yeah, during this surgery, this part stressed us a whole lot. This part proved really stubborn. He kept on bleeding and bleeding and bleeding. So after suture, we had to burn. And I'm like, wow, you had to burn. I mean, the word is not burn. I think there's a medical term for that, but it was kind of like burning, right? So we had to burn it, and just to make sure the bleeding stopped. And I'm like, wow, like if I didn't notice that place was hurting a lot, I would know that my body was actually responding well to what they did. Like my body was actually reacting to what they did. So the next thing that I noticed was the upper part of my throat was really, really hurting. The part of my uvula, like my uvula area was hurting a whole lot. So on Wednesday, when my surgeon came around again, I told him, I said, the part of my uvula hurts so badly. Like I can't, like swallowing was ×2 painful because my uvula was hurting as well. And he said, he'd be like, oh, yes, during this surgery, we noticed that you have, a really long uvula, and that is not good. So you might have to cut your uvula later on in life. So we just thought to cut it together with your tonsils. And I'm like, wow. So I've been going through a 2-in-1 surgery pain. So that means I had a uvulectomy done and a tonsillectomy done. 2-in-1 surgery. Wow. Honestly, I was kind of pissed at that moment because I felt like I should have known, right? So I just know that, I would have to deal with a 2-in-1 pain. But I mean, it was for my good, right? Because if he didn't cut it at that moment, he said I might actually have to cut it later on because it was almost angry, like it was really dangly and it was almost touching like my tongue. If you don't know what the uvula is that bell-shaped organ that hangs at the back of your throat. We should have seen it like a couple of times when we open our mouth. So pay attention to your body a lot, like just pay attention to the pain you're feeling, the particular pain you're feeling, so you can communicate with your surgeon. You should be really open with your surgeon because at that point, your surgeon is actually your friend because he gets to know what type of pain, he gets to know what you are going to be given to ease your pain and to just make you feel a whole lot better. So you have to make your surgeon your best friend at that point in time. Those are the 7 things that I feel like you should know prior to getting your tonsillectomy done, or if you are also going to get your uvulectomy done as well. I feel like the same applies for this. Every single thing that I've said applies to both the uvulectomy and a tonsillectomy. So far, so good. I have been healing properly. Like, I now eat solid foods. I now eat, I've graduated from eating liquid food to solid food. I now take anything aside hot and spicy foods. I can't do that so much again because it's just gonna hurt. Right now, the pain has really not vanished. All I feel right now is kind of like a sore throat, just a little bit higher than a sore throat pain. So far so good. I took my meds well as well. I was given medications coming home. I think I was in the hospital for 4 days post-op, so I got discharged on my 5th day in the hospital, and I was given medications back home. I got done with my medications, and recently I started taking this particular supplement. This supplement helps a whole lot. It was recommended for me. This Somax 3 Plus is really, really good. It's a really, I don't know if you guys can see it, but this is how it looks like. It is a stem cell. It is really good for internal stuff. It kills every possibility of my tonsils growing back. It is also good for my general well-being. I think this cost about 25,000 naira, and it's really worth it because it works really, really, it's so powerful. So I started taking this after my medications. I started taking this supplement. It was recommended, like I said, and it really helps and it kills every possibility of your tonsil growing back. In the end, taking out my tonsils, I would say that it's really worth it. I'm super excited that I took out my tonsils. I'm not gonna be sick no more. I am tonsillitis free. I'm not gonna have it anymore. I feel like it's just best to just always go for really last long solutions and stuff, because you don't get to be bothered by that particular illness or thing again. So I'm so excited that I got my tonsillectomy done. I'm healing well. I mean, I'm not properly healed yet. I think at the moment I'm about 85% healed, right? So I still have a little more process to go through to heal completely. So I hope this video is gonna help you if you're considering to go for your tonsillectomy, or if you know someone that wants to get a tonsillectomy done, a uvulectomy done. I feel like this video is just really directing for you to prep your mind, to just let you know that it's okay to be scared, it's okay to feel nervous, but you're gonna get over it with it, right? And you're not gonna be sick no more. Once you do it, you're gonna be so excited that you have done it. So that is it for this video. Thank you for watching to this point. I had a nice time filming this. I reminisced on 3 weeks ago, the beginning and stuff. Don't forget to do the usuals. Don't forget to like, comment, share. Don't forget to share this video with someone that is considering going for a uvulectomy or a tonsillectomy, because this video is actually going to help people, and I am so excited that the video would help a lot of people. See you in my next video. I'm going to be back as always. Mwah. Really cool stuff. I remember getting out of surgery, post-op. I took surgery. I took surgery. Really? Okay. Getting out of... Let's start all over.